giving me the opportunity to speak to you guys today. Also, my parents for teaching me the word. Pastor Everett Person teaching me the word.
Can we get all youth? Most of you can get on the front row.
Amen.
Amen. Real quick. You need to stop where and just kind of push up the front. Praise the Lord. Amen. There you go. Hallelujah. Now I think he said he gave honor to his parents. Can we give God praise for his parents? Come on. Come on, y'all can do better than that. Hallelujah. Come on. This is a parents ain't an easy job. Stop trying to keep them in Christ. Come on. So they did a wonderful job. All right. Yeah. There you go. Thank y'all for being obedient. If you can't get on the front row, you get on the second. That's it. That's it. There you
go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right. If I could get you guys to turn to Ecclesiastes 9 and 10. Studying and meditating on the word, I found some nuggets that even touched me while I talking to myself, studying. So I know if I don't get an amen out of you guys, I'm going to give myself an amen.
All right.
Amen. All right. So Ecclesiastes 9 and 10 through 11. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor riches to the men of understanding, not yet favor of the men of skill, but time and chance happen to all of them. Amen. Father, thank you for giving me the opportunity, O Lord. I pray that you will fill me with your spirit, O Lord, as I speak to your people here, O Lord. I pray that I will deliver the message you want me to deliver here to your people, for I'm standing between your word and them, O Lord. I pray that you will use me, allow my words to flow, allow them to make sense, O Lord, through you. And I pray I will be able to deliver this message accordingly. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. My title is Adversity Leads to Victory. All right. So, would it be okay if I dig into the scripture a little bit? Alright. So, studying it, I realized a lot of the things that God was talking about, speaking about how certain things are given to certain people, right? Like, if you're the strongest, you're not going to get all the trophies for being the strongest. The tallest, you're not going to get, like, trophies for being the tallest either. So, what I was researching is that a lot of the times, most winners are those who are adverse. Most winners come from a small place. Most success stories you hear about, they never are people in a large crowd or people who are qualified for it usually. Like, when you think about David and Goliath, David is a small kid, no taller than me just about, and he's facing a giant, like 600 pounds stacked, like Arnold Schwarzenegger stacked, something like that. Can slam you down like Hulk, the dude that wrestled, I forgot his name, wrestling dude named Hulk, I forgot. Yeah, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, strong, champion, never lost. His record is better than Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather. But David has something Goliath didn't have. He had God on his side. He had faith. And because he had faith, he was adverse. He was able to take down their champion with no effort because it wasn't him. It was God using him. So what I'm trying to get at here is how God usually doesn't like to work when you're qualified for it. God usually doesn't like to work unless you're not qualified for it. Alright, so whenever you're not qualified for it, or let me just put it like this, when the odds are against you, they're actually for you. Tell your neighbor, when the odds are against you, they're actually for you. So, let me hit at you a little better. 1986 dunk contest. Some of you might know this. Spider Web, 5'7" inches in dunk contest versus like people 6'6" and taller. So that's a whole foot taller than him. He comes in and he wins the dunk contest almost easily. That's adversity because he is the least qualified in the room for that. And Nate Robinson, he's 5'9". He has the most dunk contests win in all of NBA history, right? Unqualified. But guess what? He's a champion. Barack Obama, the only black president in USA history right now. Woo! There's too many things I can give you guys to tell you that when the odds are stacked against you, they're for you. Let me see. Let's go to Matthew 20 and 16. So, it says here in Matthew 20 and 16, so the last will be first, and the first will be last. When you're qualified for something, like, say for instance, you're like the biggest, or you're playing your little brother in the game, right? Like, say you're playing him in Uno. You're playing him. He may not have a lot of experience or nothing, but and you may be highly qualified for it. But when he beats you because he has God on his side, he has adversity against him, it would shock you, but it doesn't shock God because that's how he works. Even us as a church, we may not be the biggest church or nothing. We may not have like thousands and thousands of people, but in my opinion, I feel like we're the most like holiest church, real holy. And because of our adversity, God's going to take us further than where we are now.
All right now.
Right now, God is going to take you further dimensions. You are the last right now, so he's going to take you to be the first.
All right now.
You're the last, he's going to take you to be the first. So y'all want to know, come first, right? Yes, sir. All right, let me tell you something. One thing with a lot of people who start off as first and then slowly fall off from being first are prideful. What the devil will try to do, he'll give you pride. He'll make you feel as if when you're in first place that you already won. But you can't be focused, you can't be feeling as if you already won. Like, if the race isn't done, you can't act as if you already won. I can say again, Ecclesiastes 9 and 10, or 9 and 11. The race is not given to the swift and the strong, but to the one who endured to the end. You gotta endure, because if you're running and then you stop, you look down and say, I'm beating y'all, and then all of a sudden the smallest, slowest dude comes out in front of you, and then he wins. How is that gonna make you look? You can't be prideful. You gotta be focused. You gotta be focused on God. And there will be a lot of trials. You gotta press through them. Because as long as you take your eyes off the prize, someone will take it from you. So, another thing that we can use is, too many examples. So, if we go back to David and Goliath, we can see that there's a whole army versus the Israelites. The Philistines, they bring their champion. They all are heavily equipped. They're all ready to fight, They're ready to challenge. And then here we are, poor Israelites. They're a whole bunch. Well, I'm not gonna really. How do I put this? They're not really that strong. They're not. They were strong in their spirit, strong in their faith, but physically they're like no muscles, nothing that really stands out about them. So they're over here looking like, man, how are we gonna beat this dude? Let alone their champion, never lost, could take us all down at once. God fills up David, not even a king yet at this time. He's like, all right, I'm gonna show them what I can do. But I work in adversity, so I'm gonna come and use David to fight their champion. I'm gonna use David to fight their champion. David is the smallest in the group, the youngest in the group. No weapons, a rock and a slingshot versus a whole spear, a sword, a huge set of armor, a whole army of people. So much better. You could say like a 0.0000.1% chance of you surviving, let alone getting a hit on you. Yet God. Let me go to Isaiah 40 and 31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. As long as you hope in God, as long as you have faith, as Pastor's been teaching us for who knows how long, as long as you have faith, as long as you got hope in God, Philippians 4:13, you can do all things through Christ. All things. So that means through Christ. So you're telling me that through Christ, I can just become the best piano player in the world. You're saying through Christ, I could be 4'1". Through Christ, I can become an MVP type player in basketball. Through Christ, I may be the skinniest dude on the field, but you're telling me I can tackle everybody down. Through Christ, I may not be the best looking person, but I'll have the best spirit, best house, best life. Through Christ. All things through Christ is available to you. We have access to Christ, so why not use Him? If we have access to Christ, we have access to victory. Why not use the key to get to it? If God's the key to victory, if God is victory, why don't we connect with our victory? Why don't we connect with our victory if it's available to us? If it's right there. It's right there. It's looking at you in the eye. You got to think about that. Because if God sends someone, your victory is intertwined with them, right? They could be sitting right beside you. They could be looking you in the eye right now. They could be behind you. They could be at home, in the neighborhood, whatever. God can use anybody at any time. And mostly, it would be the person you wouldn't expect. The person unqualified. The person that you're not trying to connect with is your key to victory. That person that you're avoiding because you feel as they're not on your level is your key to victory. Your key to victory. Your key to victory is the one you think is lower than you. It's the one you think is not on your level. The one that you feel is irrelevant. And they're the one that's going to blossom far in life. It's usually those young kids that have no friends sitting at a table by themselves that grow up to be rich people like Mark Zuckerberg. Richest in the world who do anything they want with their money, right? He comes up like we can look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were young kids. They worshiped God though. They were young kids. They did what they needed to do for God in a world where everybody was against them, basically. Everybody was worshiping an idol. That's like 1% of the population worshiping the one true God. And because of their adversity, they prevailed. They were going to be killed. They were going to be thrown in the furnace 3 times harder than it normally is for a punishment. But because of their adversity and their connection with God, they prevailed. They got their victory. So, I'm trying to tell you guys today to receive your victory. Connect with that brother or sister that you may feel is lower than you. Help them when they're down. Because when you build connections, even at a young age, when they grow up and they become something, they'll say, oh, I remember him. He helped me when I was doing when I was young. So I can lead him to his victory. We want to be rich. Everybody wants to be rich, right? But we're denying the very thing making us rich. The very thing making us rich is those people that we feel aren't going to ever be anything. Those people that you see like, oh, he's not going to ever become anything. He's not going to ever do anything great in life. He's not going to be able to make friends like I do. He's not in a friend group. What is his use? His use will be better than you if you're putting him down, because eventually you might be working at a gas station and he's literally owning every gas station in the neighborhood. Owns it. He can create something that has him making so much money that eventually he'll face get put on it. And here you are looking at the dude with his face on the money in the eye at a young age and telling him, you're not on my level. Let me take it another step further. I'm trying to get it to you guys now. Alright. So, is it alright if I use some of you guys as an example? Let's take Janiyah, right? She's small, she's like very quiet, petite. You can miss her if you don't look hard enough, right? Not saying anything. But what she does in her dance ministry is what's taking her further. Her adversity right now, at a young age, is giving her success in the future. As long as you can succeed right now with the adversity that you're facing, you may not have 20/20 vision. You may not be the strongest. You may not be smartest. You may have all T's right now. Doesn't matter, because as long as you can connect with God. You know what's crazy? The crazy thing is, most of these popular people are rocking here with D's and C's. No, a low GPA of what, 0.9? And then the very people they're talking down on, honor roll students, all A's, 4.5 GPA. And here they are talking to them like, oh, you're not on my level, you can't hang out with us. But if we can, like, something as simple as letting them sit at a table with us, something as simple as connecting with that person at your job, you feel hasn't leveled up yet. Because even as in your job, they could come in and at the time they may be lower than you. But if you treat them bad and they become the manager, what do you think they're going to do? If you can't help people up when they're low, how would you receive your victory when they're higher than you? It's like with Elijah and Elisha. Elisha was lower than Elijah. So while they were walking with each other and whatnot, Elisha was always there. He was helping him. Elijah was helping Elisha. I know this sounds confusing, but Elijah was helping Elisha. He was teaching him things. And eventually, when Elisha leveled up, Elijah got the glory. Amen. Well, God got the glory, but Elijah was the one who got like the credit. Mm-hmm. Even with where did I put this? Let me see. Alright. So let's say you may not be the richest kid in school or nothing. You might have these discount AirPods or whatever, a discount wearing the discount Timberlands and whatnot, walking we had the fake Yeezys, whatever, right? And everybody's looking at you like conning you for how you look right now, right? But since the odds are against you, So if you can notice when the odds are against you, you know that you're going to be led to victory. In this world, there's a lot of, the world even tries to tell you. This is the one thing the world will actually try and tell you, because a lot of the times they're wrong. But the one thing the world actually will tell you is that the underdog prevails. All these underdog movies which have people like the Mud Dogs, or people with ADHD, people with OCD, whatever. These are the people that grow up to be major successes, major things in life, building houses, creating companies, making computers, creating money, bringing their victory. So, as even myself, let me bring myself as an example. I know me, I'm not the oldest, most experienced. I'm pretty young. I'm not that big, pretty skinny. A lot of things that you could point against me. But my adversity right now is what's eventually going to lead to my victory. Because as long as I pursue the Lord, I'm able to do all things through Christ. As long as I renew my hope in God, I'm going to succeed. You're going to succeed in your adversity. When you get turned down, smile. When you get told no, say thank you. When you get turned away, pushed off, whatever, that's when you know you're winning. Because your opponent can get scared and they're going to put you down. And because they're putting you down, they're making your odds greater because they're small. They're lower than you. Your odds are greater when they're smaller. I'm telling you, it's like saying I could pick up one little piece of the carpet right here, and I would have a better chance than every other piece right here in the whole floor. And that piece would have my blessing on it. You see, when someone would notice the odds are against you as well, they're going to get their victory too. So the whole point is helping each other up, working together as a team. Because as long as you pick someone up and they're going to pick you up, guess what? You guys are both successes. You've made it in life. You guys have reached your victory. Let me think. A good underdog story. 2016 Super Bowl. I remember this one because this was supposed to be our year. Carolina Panthers come in 15-1 in the season. This Super Bowl was supposed to be ours. The Denver Broncos, they come in. They're viewed as the underdogs, right? They're viewed as the underdogs, and a lot of things are against them, right? They have an old retiring Peyton Manning. They have a bunch of things. Their offense isn't really clicking like that. But guess what? Their adversity is what eventually led to their victory. Despite however you feel about it. When someone's adverse, whether for you, against you, beside you, behind you, when they're adverse, they're going to win. Because that's how God works. God doesn't want to use the most Holy Ghost filled person in the room. He wants to use the one with the mustard seed faith.
Amen.
If we can use him to give him victory, he's going to drag him into success. Let me try my So, let's do some math in here. I know, math math's not everybody's favorite subject, but this is gonna eventually, since it's your least favorite subject, I'm telling you guys right now, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I'm telling you guys right now, whatever your least best subject is, you're gonna have the best grade in it this semester. This semester. So watch this. We know that, let's take the numbers 2 and let's take the numbers 8. Alright, so 2 is a really small number compared to 8. 8's like, what, about 4 times bigger than 2, right? 4 times bigger. But when you divide 8 by, no, not divide. I'm just making up math right now because I can't really, I'm trying to get this flow. So let's take 2, right? 2 things and 8 something else, right? Those 8 little things are like really small, really tiny. But your 2 big things that appears, I receive. Your 2 big things, your 2 big things that seem smaller, man, they got it. Your 2 big things that they see as small is what gets you your victory. Let's take race cars. Who likes race cars in here? So we know a lot of big cars. You got this big truck, big armored truck or whatnot, like huge. Have a bunch of whatever in it. You have a bunch of whatever. Doesn't matter. And then you get this small little, say, speeding a race car, right? Skinny, slim. Who's winning a race in the end? It's always the small things that lead to the victory. It's always the one that no one sees as successful that owns the people that doubt them. It's always those that are doubted that succeed. Look at even let me connect to the girls. Even Cinderella, right? She has 2 stepsisters. You have to be way better than her every way. She's like a slave to them. She has to sweep, but she has to clean up. She has to do their laundry, do everything. Every chore you have right now, she had to do it. And she had to do it all the time, right? And then her stepsisters, they got to chill like they were royalty. But y'all know the story. Cinderella gets the blessing in the end because of her adversity. 2 people against, no, 3, 3 people against her, right? Her stepmom and her 2 stepsisters, all against her. But she's the one with the blessing in the end because of her adversity. All I'm trying to say, you may not have the most money. I've said it so many times before, but it's a powerful word because nobody really thinks about it. Nobody uses it. Like, so many things in life that try to tell you you can succeed no matter what the odds are. Amen. You could succeed with your 10 cents more than someone with $100 because here they are with what, 10 times more money than you. No, 100 times more money than you. Actually, maybe 1,000. I'm not doing the math right now. I'm talking. So they have way more money than you. You had 10 cents. And guess what? Your 10 cents eventually going to become $1 billion while they're over here broke because they didn't know how to use. They didn't know that you were adverse. They didn't know how to use it. They weren't connected with God. They weren't thinking about doing all things. And the devil knows how to get you to feel prideful. The devil knows how to get you to feel attacked. Because when you're winning, he's gonna make sure you feel as if you're not. You don't see winning as God sees winning. God sees winning as someone who doesn't look like they're ever gonna win. You're never gonna win as long as you look like it. You're never gonna win as long as you look like it. You can't be, oh, I'm gonna thump my chest. I'm gonna win. Because if they come in and they beat you, how's that gonna make you look? It's gonna make you look. Like, you can't be over cocky about things. Let's take there was a young man before me that preached here. I think Pastor might remember him. His name is Kenzel. He came. He's adverse too. He didn't really. He's the young kid that comes in, but guess what? He's Holy Ghost filled. He's adverse, and guess what? He was able to preach a very strong word because of his adversity. He got his victory. So I'm telling you guys today to reach out to your victory. Maybe a connection. It may be, well, it is a connection because God is victory, right? Amen. But from our youth here, a lot of victory is really blindsided. A lot of it because I know as a youth sometimes I feel this too as myself. When we get certain things, we just feel like we're on top of the world. Say you just got your driver's permit. You can feel like you're about to drive across the whole world. You're about to go, let's say, to Atlanta and try one of their checkers burgers or whatnot. You feel the top of the world. But it's always the person, like say the youngest, who's learning to drive right then, and when they become like a way better driver, how does that look? The adversity. Let me connect with the guys again. So, we know Michael Jordan. Right now, he's considered the greatest of all-time basketball player. He didn't make the middle school basketball team, nor the high school basketball team. He almost didn't make the college basketball team. Still wasn't the number 1 overall pick. He was just looked down upon. But because of his adversity, he was able to succeed. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that as long as you're prideful, as long as you're thumping your own chest, as long as you're feeling yourself, as long as you're stunting, showing off, whatever you're doing, you're losing victory. You're falling behind. And again, Ecclesiastes 9:11, grace is not given to the swift or the strong. Grace is not given to the swift or the strong. Grace is not given to the swift or the strong. It's not given to them. You know why? Because they're prideful. For younger kids, tortoise in the hare, y'all should know this. The tortoise, because he's adverse. The hare was prideful in what he was doing. He's like, oh, I'm definitely going to win this. Then he fell into his prideful curse. The devil finally took a hold of him because pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. It's deadly, detrimental to your victory. Pride is what's going to kill your victory. When you can be meek, humble, quiet, that's when your victory is given to you. It's always the smallest person in the room. It's always, the elephant in the room is usually the one that has to go through the most in the end because they're so largely viewed. They're always in the limelight. They're seen everywhere. But the little mouse that they're afraid of is the one that goes farther in life. The one that succeeds, the one that gets all the money, all the girls, whatever. Anything you want. God will unlock your success with the key of adversity. Amen.
Amen. Praise the Lord. You can praise the Lord. Come on, give God praise. Hallelujah for him. Hallelujah. Oh my God. Get me through that verse. Come on, give God praise for Davion Person. What's the last name? Cheetah now? Oh, praise the Lord. Hallelujah.